Well, how disrespectful you guys towards the guys, bro? Was it fucked up?
Huh? No, she
What
honestly
kind?
was just like, I don't really feel comfortable with this because she's like, I'm home alone. I was like, the first thing, you don't ever tell people you're home alone.
And then you don't feel fucking comfortable. That's just weird.
Wait, what happened?
Well, she doesn't know.
Anyway, did you go outside and tell him?
Yeah, but the guy was like, oh, he's like, he's fine here. And he took my truck to go pee, and then the guy was walking
From back?
back to us. Hi. Today I wanted to do a makeup tutorial for you guys. I will be using the Anastasia Sultry eyeshadow palette. I'm going to be doing a more natural nude kind of everyday look, but it's going to be a look that if you wanted to glam it up, you could just by adding a bold liner or well, I do a bold liner anyway, but some really voluptuous false lashes, glitter, maybe darken it up a little bit to make it a little more dramatic, but that's what I'm going to be going for today. And I am, again, like I said, going to be using the Anastasia Sultry eyeshadow palette. I'll really quickly show you what the eyeshadows inside look like. I love them. They are all everyday use, and then you have like a little bit of, like a pop of color. My palette is a little bit used and abused, but this is what it looks like. So you do have your browns kind of here, browns, pinks, and your more gray and black tones, and a really cute pop of pink. I'm going to be sticking a little bit more on this side today to do a more like neutral look. So without further ado, let's get started. I know that some makeup artists kind of like fade away from using the tape trick, but not me, because I still feel like it does give you that clean, precise look for your shadow and your eyeliner. So I do actually still do this, and I don't know if I will ever stop doing it. I like it. So normally, by the way, this is just like regular Scotch tape, really. You can pick it up anywhere. It's fairly inexpensive, and I just usually take about that much per eye. And then we shall take the corner here. I usually like to try to match it with my... So how I do it is I try to match it with the corner of my eye all the way to the end of the eyebrow to give it a more uniformed look, like full look, because I wouldn't want it to stop right here, or you know what I mean, or kind of come down here. So I do try to align it, and forgive me for my unwaxed bushes. And also when you do it this way, you kind of can make it as symmetrical as you can. So let's get into this other eye. So again, like I said, and then I do like to like double check to make sure it is as symmetrical as I can get it. Okay, so then I go in with a primer. I normally used the Too Faced eyeshadow primer, but I'm going to just be using my Spackle Laura Geller like regular face primer for my eyeshadow. I've been liking it a little bit more, and I'm not sure why. I usually just go in with this with my finger. Just a little bit on both sides. And this stuff is like super creamy, and then the more it dries, the tackier it gets, if that makes sense, because as you guys I think know, that eyeshadow primers usually tend to get almost sticky. And I do just like to apply this with my finger. It helps me ensure that it's like spreading everywhere and that any excess is being tapped off. And I do spread this from the eyelid up to right beneath the eyebrow. Okay, so, and with this, I always like to base my eyelids with a neutral nude color before I go in with any colors, before I even go in with my transition shade. So I will start with this color, and that is called Fresh. And I will be taking this Real Techniques redness correcting brush. It's a very like fluffy, fat kind of brush. So it helps to cover more area. And I just pick it up like that. Dust off the excess. And then I pat, pat, pat. Oh no. Where did that come from? My cats are fighting to get into my bedroom. So, I don't know what that black stuff was. I'm assuming some sort of makeup. I just don't know where it came from. My apologies. Do you guys hear my cat? I have two cats, Oliver and Roscoe, and one is orange and the other one is like a gray, black, brown, orange mixture. And they're brothers, and they're nuts. And hey boys, he probably won't stop until I let him. So I have my base is applied, and you can see it that it is like a whiter kind of shade, and it does brighten it up, but it's all blends together, and it actually helps with the blending of the eyeshadows, whether it be the transition color or whatever it is. It does help blend. Okay, so I like to take next a very, very similar brush. This one is just a teeny weeny bit smaller than the other one, and then this is what I go into my transition shade with. So for this look, I am going to be taking, for transition shade, this lighter color. It's called Twig, and I'm going to be mixing it with Birch, which is up here in this corner. And just very lightly, so you can kind of work your way up to a color. You don't want to start with too much on your brush. So I think you can kind of see the difference. I don't know if the camera's picking it up that well, but you just kind of start with a light shadow, because what you're doing is you are building shadow, so hence eyeshadow. So you want to start small with as little product as you can and just build up to create that dimension. I feel like we should do chit chats right now because this channel is still fairly new, and I know you guys don't really know much about me other than my intro. So I do, like I said, come from a huge Assyrian family. For anybody who doesn't know what that is, we are Middle Eastern. We do not have a place anymore, but there was an Assyria back when there was a Mesopotamia. And that is all I will do for history in this video. So I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. And I am smack in the middle of all of it because I am a twin to a boy who looks absolutely nothing like me, but he is 8 minutes older than I am. So it goes my older sister, Janet, my twin brother, me, then I have a younger sister, Jenny, which both of those girls are in my introduction video acting absolutely nuts. And then I have a youngest, most absolute cutest, the youngest of us all, my younger brother, Eden, who is my baby, actually. I love that boy. I think he's 17. Don't quote me on this, but he's 17 and I'm 24 as of tomorrow. But he is still absolutely my baby. I remember changing that little boy's diapers. So now that I have built up my upper crease, so it's not directly in the crease, but it's right above the crease, kind of on the eye bone. I am now going to start building dimension by adding darker colors. So again, in with my Anastasia Sultry palette, I'm going in with the color Dysotopian. It's this brown color, and I do apologize if I just butchered that name, because I probably did. I'm going in with this even smaller fluffy brush. So I am still doing like a shader fluffy brush. I'm just decreasing them in size so that I can get a little bit more precision. And then this color is getting put directly, I'm sorry, I'm like blocking. This color is getting put directly in this crease, like so. And also kind of just down into the outer corner. And we're just blending and blending and blending. Now, I like to blend my eyeshadows in a circular upwards motion. So, circles and going up. Circles and going up. And I feel like it helps connect the colors a little bit more. So now we'll start with this eye. Does anybody else do makeup and then find themselves like with their mouths wide open? I'm gonna have to work on that if I want to be on YouTube, you know? I don't really want to be sitting here with my mouth wide open, just doing makeup. Okay, so I think that that's as dark as I prefer it for this look. For the crease anyways, because now we're gonna go in with a final shade, and don't be scared because this one is going to look super dark because it is, but you have to just go in really light-handed and just keep it as far on the outer corner as you can. So we are going in with Noir. It is a black. People usually tend to get scared of using a black shadow, but you just have to be super like light-handed with it. Even when you tap into it, like just kind of, and then just dust off. And I usually just like to tap it into the places that I would like it before I blend it everywhere, which is mostly here on the outer crease, but blending it in to the lid. Kind of like that. And then when I don't really have any more product left on the same brush that I used, then I like to go in and just really blend it out, blend it kind of up and into the crease a little bit. Kind of like that. So like that. Next, we will be doing, so here's the part that I mentioned. You could leave it like this for a very neutral, everyday kind of a look. Or you could even like throw on a little eyeliner, just keep it very minimal, keep it very thin. Maybe a little wing. I wouldn't do anything too extravagant if you are trying to keep it as an everyday look. If not, you can always have a little bit of fun with the glitters in this palette, because they do actually have some beautiful, beautiful colors here. And actually, I'm going to show you guys how you guys can glam up this look, since I feel as though if it was just an everyday nude look, this kind of completes it, shadow-wise anyway. So now we're going to go in with some of the glitter colors. Let me just find a good flat brush. So with my glitter colors, if I really want a lot of pigment on them to show up, I do tend to like a more flat head brush like this. And I also do like to, once I pick up the shadow, I do like to spray it with a setting mist, because it just kind of helps you pick up the pigment a little bit more. So right now we're going to go into Rose Quartz, which is right here. This really pink, gold toned, shiny, glittery color. And just pick up a little bit. And then, like I said, give it a little spritz. And this is my Laura Geller Spackle Mist Restore with Coconut Water. I love, you guys, this stuff smells like you just cracked open a coconut. And it's a primer, a setter, and a refresher, and I love it. So with that pink color, we're kind of just gonna go into the middle of the eyelid and blend it out into where we had put that black color. Pick up a little bit more. And again, just tap it on. Like that. I usually do, I know that you guys are probably wondering why my inner corner is left blank, but that's because I like to put a whiter, brighter shade there, just to kind of, my eye. Oh, that burned. You guys, I am so obsessed with this palette. I mean, look at the pigment on these shadows, and they're just so beautiful. And literally every color in this palette works together so well. You can't go wrong mixing any of these colors. So needless to say, I'm obsessed. Then going in with it's almost like a little pencil brush. It's super like fine tipped and a little bit round as well. Going in with that, I am going to pick up the color Pearl right here for the inner corner. And this palette does have a lot of like kickback and fallout, but I don't care. It is so worth it. Do you guys see that? It just kind of brightens it up just that much more. Like, it isn't anything crazy, but it's so beautiful to me. I have, I think, 3 or 4 Anastasia palettes, and I honestly don't have anything bad to say about any of them. I love them. I mean, whoa. Look, yes. Girl. Look at that. I mean, Yes? So with my finger, I am going to go back into that color Pearl and just lightly dab onto it and place this right under the brow. Do you see how that catches the light? Oh, I'm obsessed. So do the same on the other. Okay, and then for the final touch, because we did place that shimmer color under the eyebrow, I do want to go back in with my brush that we did the transition color with and pick up a little bit more of that transition color and just go right back up right above the crease with that, just to kind of define it a little bit more and blend it out. And if you can kind of see what I mean, we did lose a little bit of pigment here after applying the white glitter color. So you can kind of see the difference, which is why we're going back. So. Just keep blending, blend, 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 blend. Okay, so now that we're like almost done with the eyes, we do have to take care of the under lash line, but I always like to do that after I've primed my face, set my face, concealed my face, and all of that, because I do like it to be on top of the foundation rather than under it, if that makes any sense. So let me grab my eyeliner here. Okay. I just have a regular like felt tip eyeliner marker sort of thing. And then I'm going to show you guys exactly why I prefer to continuously use this tape. I'm just going to be using my Smashbox palette as a mirror. My cats are back. This is the Smashbox Drawn In, Decked Out Shadow Contour Blush Palette. Why are you boys fighting? It was a cat fight, y'all. Actually, like, honestly. But anyway, so this palette, I don't know if the camera's catching it, but it does a little dance. So anyways, though I'm not using this in the video today, I'm just using for the mirror because they do have like a ginormous, fantastic mirror. So again, I'm just going in with my felt tip eyeliner, and I always like to start with the inner corner and just kind of go out with it. Now with the tape, it helps you, it's like a stencil, so you can almost just, I'm gonna get a little closer so I can show you guys exactly what I'm doing here, but you just draw your wing, and it doesn't really matter if your line is coming out crooked or messy because that tape is there, and so it straightens it out for you. Just wing it out. I always like that, to me is good. I like subtle. And then we'll go in with this one. And same thing. Same thing, we just kind of let our tape guide us. And then I bring it in. I start with the inner corner on this eye, and on this eye I start with the wing, and I don't know why, don't ask. So that for me is sufficient as far as eyeliner, because if I'm not going anywhere where I need extravagant eyeliner, I do like to keep it a little more on the thin side. Okay. And this is when I remove my tape. It really is stuck, huh? And now you can see what I mean by it all just being a one clean, precise line. And I know you're thinking that it might look a little bit like cut and it's like not blended. But once you start putting your foundation on and you do get your setting powder and everything going. Oh, do you see my cat? Oliver. Once you do get your powder and stuff going, it does blend. But I mean, do you see that precision that these shaky hands cannot get? So I love the tape trick. I swear by it. What is wrong with these cats? Now we're going back in for the face with the Speckle Under Makeup Primer. It is by Laura Geller. You guys, I got this at TJ Maxx, sealed and everything, for I think it was like $5.99, and this is a big old thing of face primer. It's a 2-ounce thing of face primer, and it came in its box and all, and it was sealed, so I know that it wasn't messed with. I don't know. TJ Maxx is my store, if anybody ever wonders. It's my TJ Maxx. So again, with the primer, I do still like to just use my fingertips. I know people use a brush or a beauty blender, but I do like to keep it simple with the fingers. I almost just apply it like it's lotion. I also know that some people will just put it in their T-zone, but I like to get it going everywhere. I get the worst smile lines when I'm wearing foundation because my smile lines are just crazy. So, damn, I look shiny. I just like to make sure that it's everywhere and that it is properly absorbed into the skin. Okay. Nah, we shall. Guys, don't judge me, but I do also apply face serums on my face, and I just got these ones for Christmas from my sister, and I am obsessed with them because they are organic. This one is a organic rosehip seed oil. This one is marula oil, and this one is pomegranate seed oil, and they are all organic, and they are for your face, and they are USDA approved. I love them, and they actually smell fantastic. So I will go in with my rosehip seed oil. It is to actually fade away fine lines, so I do like that under my foundation. I also, it comes in a little bottle like this. It's really, really, really cute. And I do also like to apply this on at night to let it just soak into my face as long as possible. A little seal on it is very hard to remove. But so you do want to put that back. It keeps it from leaking everywhere. Now the oil looks like this. It is yellow. But again, like I said, it is organic and it is completely safe and okay to put on your face. I do have a very, very, very dry face, like year round. So I can never really go wrong with applying an oil on my face under my foundation. Because no matter what time of the year it is, I just look dry. And then again. Oh, and as a little disclaimer, I did, before filming this video, I did wash my face and all of that good stuff, because you do always want to start with a clean palette. So moving on to my foundation, I use the Perricone MD No Makeup Foundation in the color I Am Super Duper Pale. So Fair Light is the color that I go for. I always give it a little bit of shake. And then I go in with my Luxie foundation brush. I love this because it is a super like dense brush. So it's the Luxie 532 round top blender. And it is like a super dense, big old brush, and it covers a lot of the areas. And so what I do is I just give a few pumps right to the back of my hand, dip my brush in it, and get it going on the face. So you guys, like I mentioned, and like you guys probably heard, I have 2 cats, and they're not neutered. They're only a year old. We got them, my sister and I, because I still live at home with my family, but my sister and I got them right after our first cat passed away. She had cancer, and we had to put her down. And I think we had her for about 8 years. It was really sad. But out of, I think we love these cats, you guys. I mean, on God, we do. But we got them, I think, out of like grief almost. And these cats are crazy. I mean, they are nothing like my old cat, Meow Meow. That was her name. They are just, these 2 boys are wild, and they are not neutered, like I said, so they just fight with aggression. We do need to get them neutered. So, now that that is all blended, I am very, very shiny. It probably is the oils and stuff, but like I said, I do like to do it that way to kind of keep my face hydrated, and then I do go in with a powder. So, I have my Bare Minerals Bare Skin light to medium. It's a perfecting veil is what they call it, and it comes like this in a little compact. And I don't know why this is light to medium, because to me this is like super light. This is my color, but if my very tan sister tried to put this on, and then it also does come underneath the compact. It comes with its own little sponge. We will not be using that though, because I do like a fluffier brush. So then I don't like to overdo it with the powder. That'll make you look dry. So you can see the difference between this side and this side. It cut out a lot of the shininess, but my face underneath it all is still very hydrated. Now, I know you guys are probably thinking like, oh my god, this girl skipped concealer, but I'm going to be honest with you guys, I do not care for concealer because I have yet to find one that doesn't give you cake face right under your eyes. Okay. So now that we've got that, we are going to go in with a contour and a blush, and then I will move on to putting eyeshadow on my bottom lash line. So for my bronzer that I use to contour, and I don't like to do a cream contour, I just like to do a powder contour. It keeps it very minimal. It keeps it very natural looking, which is always the look that I go for. This is my Too Faced Medium Deep Matte Bronzer. That's the biggest thing for me. I do not like shiny, glittery bronzers to contour with because I just, preference, I don't like it. And this is what it looks like. It is very dark, so I do like to keep it light-handed again. Everything's light-handed, light-handed, light-handed. So I just go into it lightly, dab out excess, and then just kind of, for those of you who aren't like that great at contouring, this is what I always tell my sisters to try to teach them how to do their makeup, is like, you can actually, if you suck it in like a fish, you can see where your face does its own natural like contour, and you can use that as a guide to shape your face properly. So, I mean, I know where that is now because I just do my makeup too much, but so you can even pull your cheek taut like that. You see where exactly it falls, where that bone is that you want to contour. And I just like to do it going upwards because I like to keep it above here. It gives you that more like chiseled look. You kind of see what I'm saying? Bring it down and do the jawline. That's another thing that I don't really care to do too much, is to contour the jawline, because I feel like my jawline is already very sharp almost. Like, look at that thing. But also, when people look at your face and compare it to your neck, you don't kind of want the bronzer right there, I almost feel, because then it makes it look like your foundation isn't matching your skin tone. If that makes sense. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. So there, and then I do like to get some here right at the tippy top of your forehead. I feel like it minimizes the length of your forehead. That's terrible. Okay. So just like that. And then I like to go in with this is my all-time favorite blush. It is by Tarte. It's a little bitty compact, so it is actually quite tiny, like compared to the bronzer one. But this thing lasts so long. A little bit goes a very long way, and it is in the color Feisty. Let me show it to you guys. It's very like pinky neutral, and when it comes to blushes, I have the same rule of thumb. I don't like them to be too shimmery and glittery, because I like for there to be glitter and highlight where I apply it. So on the inner corner, if I do decide to wear highlighter here, I just like to keep it controlled almost. Just give your apples, cheek apples, the apples of your, what do they call that? Just give that a little blushy blush. And I do like to go into my chin a little bit my nose. I like to look a little bit like I've got color, like I just ran a mile or something, I don't know. So that is that. And then going back into my sultry Anastasia, I am going to go under the lash line. And with that, I am going to be using, it's a flat shader brush. It's an eye shading, it's Luxie 213. I don't know if you guys can read this. I really am sorry if you cannot. Sorry. So I do like to go in with this kind of brush. It is short, and then it kind of is a shader. So it's almost like a flat-headed brush, but it isn't. So you can really shade down under your eye. Now with this, I'm going to be doing the same two colors that I did my transition with, which is Twig and Birch. So this color and this color. And I'm gonna do it lightly, of course, everything light-handed. Dump out the excess. And then I just like to go in here under my lash line and just kind of blend it in down there. I like to take it all the way to right next to the inner corner, because in my inner corner, I do actually have that shimmer color. So I don't like to take it too far in, but I like to take it right about here, like right before. With the same brush, I like to go in with the darker brown. And then I'm gonna keep this color just right at the end, almost towards the middle of the eye. And that just kind of gives you a little bit more depth. Like that. By the way, I know a lot of people don't actually really use the makeup brushes that come into their palettes, but I don't understand that because I'm obsessed with, like, this one isn't a clean brush right now. It's kind of got a color on there, look. So that's why I haven't used it in this video, but I actually love this brush. It comes with a really good shader fluffy brush. And then it comes with a flat kind of brush. So I do actually really like it. It just is not clean at the moment because I did use it for a different darker look. And that's why I do not use it in this video. Okay. Now I'm going to set my face before I do my mascara. A little bit more. Oh, highlighter. Let's go in with a little bit of highlighter. So for my highlighter today, oh, excuse me. For my highlighter today, I'm going in with that same eyeshadow color Pearl because I do think it is so beautiful and it picks up the light so nicely. So I am going to be using that as a highlighter as well today. I mean, you guys. This one is my Luxie 680 Pro Precision Face, and I'm assuming that this one is for a contour, maybe a cream contour, but like I said, I don't really do cream contours, so I just like to use my brushes for whatever. I don't always follow, like, the guideline, I guess. Next, for my mascara, I still am basic in using mascara. I still am obsessed with my Too Faced Better Than Sex. The only bad thing I will say about it, and it's the only bad thing I have to say about it, is that when it does dry on your lashes, it does tend to get a little bit flaky, and so I wouldn't say it's a long wear mascara, because then you do start to get a little bit of flake fallout underneath your eyes, and that kind of doesn't look that great. I always like to do my bottom lash line first. And also, you guys, I don't ever really apply false lashes unless it's like an event or a special occasion. Because like I said, I kind of like to just keep it minimal with my makeup. And I don't know, I feel like my real lashes are like sufficient enough for an everyday kind of a thing. So with the Too Faced mascara, what's also really good about it is that it is super like buildable. So you can just go into it with a coat, let it dry, and then layer on another coat, and it does build. So I do like that, and I do like the formula very much. I mean, you can already kind of see the difference with these lashes versus like nothing. You guys, if you guys know any concealer for under eyes that doesn't like look super cakey and bad, please let me know, because that's literally the only thing stopping me from wearing concealers, because I haven't really been able to find one that doesn't make you look cakey under your eyes. Okay, and that is the eyelashes. Now to complete this look, I am going to be going in with a lip color. Like I said, I do like to keep everything very, very neutral, so I tend to go for these more neutral lip colors. Look, I mean, they're almost the damn same, whatever though. So this one is a lip crayon by Tristique, and it is in the color Florence Fig. I'm obsessed with it. And then I have my NARS lip crayon, and I can't even tell you what color this is in because I have sharpened it down so far from using it so much. But I will be going in anyway with the Tristique one. This color is also very buildable, so I usually just like to keep it at that. Okay, and that is the final look for today. I did want to just take a second to say thank you for anybody who is out there watching this video and supporting my brand new journey. Please comment, like, share, subscribe, whatever you would like to do. And until next time, love yourself so no one else has to.